What's up, y'all? Two P's in a bong in the building again. It's your boy DP.
And without KP, it's your boy Bong. What's going on? What's going on?
Shout out to KP. We gotta run the show without him. Sell this ship without him today. Um,
Right. Dribble, shoot, or poop, right?
yep. So, man, a lot to talk about with the Olympics going on. But before we get to that, over the weekend, uh, we're boxing fans. Both of us are boxing fans, and the best in boxing right now, in my opinion, Terrence Crawford had a fight
Facts.
with Israel Madrimov, and Crawford is moving up in weight. So he's fighting he fought at 154, and this is, I believe, his fourth division where he's got a title, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
But anyway, man, I mean, we talked a little bit before, but I know you watched the fight. I watched it. I thought Crawford controlled the scene pretty much the entire fight. Um, I wasn't necessarily going into it expecting that it would be a knockout, but since he hasn't had a fight go the distance in quite some time, a lot of people were really anticipating whether his power would translate and whether he would go ahead and close the show with a knockout. It went the distance. He did win. What'd you think about it, man?
Like you said, I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head. Huge Crawford fan, and I don't know how I feel about him moving up in weight. He didn't look as effective, right? It felt like it took a little bit, like he just didn't have the power to
I don't know if it's necessarily.
lack of power.
Yeah, I'm all right with him moving up in weight. I think naturally he probably walks around heavier than where he's fighting at. Uh he's a strong dude, man. Like, even for his size, but you could tell that there was a difference. Majimov was bigger, and he's gonna run into bigger fighters. What I don't want to see him do, and this is just my opinion, I'm not saying that he can't put tips on him,
Right.
but I really don't want to see him fight Canelo.
No.
I don't want to see him go for that fight.
That ship sailed.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he'll do next. Um I know he was trying to set something up with Sebastian Fundora. Um that could be a good fight. Uh I don't know, man. I don't know what he does. He has nothing to prove to me.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything else is just stacking a legacy. Like it's what LeBron's doing now.
Right.
Right. I've already proven myself over and over and over and over. Now let me just stack the bread, take care of my second life after
Right.
this shit is over. Get everything you want etched into the history books. He's fighting when Crawford goes out there. He's fighting the ghost of Floyd Mayweather Jr., Sugar Ray Leonard. Like he's trying to put his name next to the list of the greats.
Uh-huh.
And so I didn't expect much when he couldn't get the knockout, probably like 7th or 8th round. I was like, it's going the distance.
Yeah.
And you could tell that although he was comfortable in there, it bothered him a little bit that he couldn't have his way with this dude who was telegraphing punches, looking like somebody from Mike Tyson's Punch Out, doing that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That 1930s doing doing this shit like Deion Sanders' son.
Well, he he did keep a lot of movement going on, purposely.
Yeah.
And Crawford fought the majority of the fight southpaw, and I think that was to neutralize the jab. And I mean, the thing with Crawford though is like he can switch conventional to southpaw. It don't matter.
Right.
You knock your ass out with the left, knock your ass out with the right. He has power in both hands. So, um, whichever way he chooses to fight, obviously he's doing it for a good solid reason, because I think he's a thinker in the ring as well. He's not just one of those dudes who's in there just swinging and slugging and shit like that. So,
Right.
but I mean, I don't know what's next for him, man. What'd you say, oh boy? Who was oh boy with the wild scorecard, the wild take? Mannix, was it Mannix? That was where they were commentating, talking about the score of the fight.
Oh yeah. It was Chris Mannix.
Yeah.
And who was up there with on this panel? I don't know if he was at the desk or he was somewhere in the stadium.
Like the yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because and I think so it was Chris Mannix, Sean Porter, and it was one other person who
Sergio Martinez. I don't know if you remember that shit way back in the day where they had the contender shit, where they had the boxing contenders. Sergio Martinez was one of the dudes on there, and I think he ended up winning the belt.
Okay.
What was that dude? Bundridge. What was his name? I'm trying to think of his first name. Last name was Bundridge. He ended up winning something too, I think. But Sergio Martinez was one of the guys who ended up winning the belt. But he was ringside. Okay. He was a commentator as well. And him and Sean Porter, they didn't really agree. And I kind of thought Martinez was favoring Madrimov, but it is what it is, man.
Yeah, no, you're not lying.
I saw the shit differently, but man, legacy wise, you spoke of legacy wise. I think that would be a good transition to go into talking USA basketball. Because make no mistake, man. Make no mistake.
Push it to the limit.
They are going for a gold medal, right? But this gold medal, it's a legacy play, right? Because if these niggas don't win gold, if you got a team that has LeBron James,
El Jefe,
Kevin Durant,
El Jefe,
and Steph Curry,
El Jefe,
I'm going to just stop with those three, right? If you got those three on the squad and you don't win gold, they'll never hear the end of that shit as far as legacy goes, right? So this gold medal shit, and I don't want to just say this gold medal shit and downplay it. The gold medal is what they're playing for, but this is also a legacy play for them dudes.
Yes, it is. And the fact that it's a legacy play, right? This is probably, they say this is LeBron's last Team USA, right?
Because it is.
By the time
it is.
Right? Even Steph getting long in the tooth. He caught fire tonight.
This is actually his first and last.
Who's
Curry,
Steph?
yeah.
Wow. Get in, get out.
Yeah.
But it was funny when you talk about legacy to hear them talk about the game afterwards, right? These motherfuckers saying this might be the biggest game was like my career and this and the third. And it's like,
is it though?
It had the potential to be the worst upset.
That would be the only reason why, right? So, does that translate into it being the biggest game?
Though? No, but that's what I'm saying. Like they were so afraid of losing that when they pulled out the win, when they get the win, they're treating it like it's the gold medal game.
Right.
Like y'all could come out here on what is it, Saturday, and still get smacked around.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's the fact that like again, everybody wants to compare these dudes to the '92 Dream Team. No comparison in any way,
Cut that
shape,
shit out.
or fashion. But like you want to be like this immortal, you know, team that went to the Olympics, and you always, and well, it's not them, not the players, but everybody always, brings up the '92 Dream Team, and these niggas is just shedding tears of joy. These niggas came back. These motherfuckers came back and beat Serbia.
Hey, look, listen.
Niggas was crying tears of joy, bro.
Here's another thing, though. If them niggas would have lost to Serbia, speaking of legacy, what would that have done for the legacy of Jokic?
Right. Oh my god. That nigga would have came on some mafioso shit had he beat them. Had he beat them, they'd have gave this nigga the keys to the NBA. Like, LeBron, I'm gonna need we need your keys. My key, yeah. Go on and pass those, player.
Right.
Nigga, the rent's due every day.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they have this talk about, all of the foreign players taking over and it becoming more of a European style play in the NBA.
Yep.
And there's an argument saying that a lot of the top players are now not, the US players. Of course, there's still the LeBrons, the Durants, Curry. You have Tatum, who can't seem to get time consistently. Well, he's playing now.
Right.
But I mean, you got Anthony Edwards, who's up and coming. Players like Ja Morant, who didn't get a chance to, really play this season, this past season. I mean, you got some guys. But when you talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and, Nikola Jokic, both of them they're not U.S. players. Shai Gilgeous is from Canada.
Right. Where's you said who's the other person? You said
Jokic.
Okay, so the funny thing about this whole thing with Jokic and the foreign players and all that shit, when the fourth quarter came, USA still down big. Steve Kerr had to go to the big dogs, right? Okay, let me put this lineup together where it's LeBron, Steph, KD, Embiid, and we just rotating that fifth player. So, although I was just clowning these motherfuckers, and although if I was, man, the whole time I'm watching the game, I'm like, are y'all motherfuckers really about to give Joker the inside track on y'all niggas?
Mm-hmm.
To where every time he pull up, y'all niggas got to step to the side. Because remember, had they lost, they playing in the bronze game. They playing in the third place game. So I commend them because that was a hard fought comeback, right? It had everything in it: threes, defense, steals. It was definitely a great come from behind win. So it's like I hate that I can't have to see it on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Because y'all niggas can't be talking about how great you are if y'all niggas just had to fight off Serbia.
Right.
And then on the other hand, I also see it from a point of y'all was down 17. Y'all was down 17. Double digits in the end of the third, maybe beginning of the fourth. And y'all still pulled it out. That's hella respect.
Yeah.
That's hella respect.
For sure.
And then remember I was telling you the other day when we were recording that Steph Curry is kind of like, just like KD, his shot just ain't falling. He found that motherfucker today.
36.
Come on. So Steph
led him with 36.
Steph came back and rightfully so. He did his thing.
But man, look, I asked y'all before.
Mm-hmm.
Are they overhyping the duo of LeBron James and Steph Curry?
And I'll tell you again, hell no, hell no, hell no. Remember when we talked about Lakers and the Lakers, like, should we want LeBron back? And I said, why would you bring him back? And why would LeBron want to come back when you can go up the street and play with Steph? Like, that was the move that should have happened. LeBron and Steph Curry on the same team contend for a championship this year.
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing glimpses of it in this international basketball,
Mm-hmm.
right? Those two, and I mean, it's really those three: LeBron, Steph, KD.
Mm-hmm.
It's ugly, bro. Like, I really wish we could have got a chance to see LeBron, Golden State, LeBron, Steph on Golden State. I think that would just been must see TV. And I think there's no team in the West that I could see fucking with that.
At what stage though? Even now?
Now,
Now?
I'm talking about DP. I'm talking about. Remember, we discussed this, and we talked about whether the Lakers should want LeBron back. I said vehemently, hell no. Let LeBron go and go chase that ring in Golden State. Him and Steph, that would be a good look.
You think that LeBron and Steph Curry would win a title?
They would be in. They would be in.
These niggas had to use every ounce of that duo's energy to knock off Serbia, and they're surrounded by
the rest of the Avengers. Like,
right.
But what I'm saying is, in the NBA, you only have to.
Tell me, man.
In the NBA, you only have to find the right matchups. So, I think that duo of LeBron and Steph would steamroll the West, and would possibly struggle in the finals. But just think about
that. So they could beat, let's say, a Denver.
Absolutely.
Okay. And
like, name the teams that they can't fuck with in the West. I'm not even
in the West.
about,
okay.
Right.
So let's say a team like OKC wouldn't run them around too much. I'm just saying, it's a young, energetic team. Push niggas to the brink this year. Will be more experienced next year. Well, I'm just saying.
I'm saying that LeBron at his age,
yes,
Steph at his age, the things they're lacking as far as youth, exuberance, speed, and all this other stuff, they make up for with just being thinkers, having it up here. And I think that they will be able to figure it out. And I think that they would have been able to bring over other players like
nigga said
Seth Curry.
Nigga said being thinkers. Nigga could think. I think I could still do this shit, and then my body is telling me something else. Like, I get that. No, I'm saying I get that they both are great players. I'm not gonna say that they're in their prime. I do not think that they are. Maybe if we're talking like 3 years ago, I'm like, okay, I get what you're saying. At this point, they would need more than a Draymond Green. You don't have Klay Thompson anymore.
Mr. 0 for 13.
I mean, I would still take Klay Thompson. I'm just saying. If Klay Thompson could have went to the Lakers, you wouldn't have wanted Klay Thompson to get picked up. No Klay Thompson for that Lakers squad.
Hell nah.
Okay,
Fuck no.
that's not they don't need shooting.
We don't need Klay. I don't know what that nigga is. I really don't know what Klay is. So I'm saying that as a Laker fan, you want to be risk averse. I'm not bringing Klay on. He's going to demand X amount of dollars. No.
Okay.
Can't do it.
All right.
Can't do it.
But you fucking with the Curry LeBron duo still.
Absolutely. And I think that free agents and
so LeBron going to Golden State. If the Lakers said fuck it, like you're asking for too much. You want us to pick up your son and all this other shit, and they like just row. You think
and take Bronny with you.
You think that Golden State would have been the favorite to win a title?
They would have been the favorite to come out the West. And the only team I think, if they're still intact today, that would have posed a potential problem would have been Minnesota. Not Denver.
Okay.
Denver is, they keep losing pieces, but there are a couple of big moves away from being what they were.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They lost a lot, and you still have your nucleus of Jamal and Joker, but I don't think that would scare LeBron, Steph, and some role players. I think.
And speaking of Murray,
yeah,
Canada needed more from him.
Oh yeah, I mean I say this all the time, and I've been saying it since the Olympics started. The Olympics it's a fucked up place to be because no, listen why. Because you train for whatever it is you're competing in for 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And all it takes is for you on a day of your life. Some of these dudes first time at the Olympics,
something to fuck up.
One thing.
Yeah,
one thing goes wrong and the whole shit is 4 years worth of work out the window.
Yeah.
Like you see old boy Noah Lyles.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not trying to get off subject, but
No.
Noah Lyles, he comes out, he has one of the that 100 that they ran.
That shit was that was one of the best races that I've seen. Man.
But then he comes out, he runs the 200, he doesn't look good.
And before you go into that, I thought he didn't win initially.
The commentators didn't think he won either. They went to Jamaica.
I thought he was first, and then I thought Curly from the US was second. And then Lyles third. That shit was crazy. I think we even text each other like,
Yep.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
That's one of the wildest. So when they scored it, the fraction of time in between first and second was so minuscule that they tracked it at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like both these dudes finished the exact same time. That was probably one of the craziest 100s I've ever seen.
Can a nigga in that race really claim he's the fastest man alive
in the 100?
In that particular race, because it's like, nigga, please, like we all crossed the line, at the same goddamn time, pretty much.
He gonna fuck around and Tanya Hardin this nigga knees, man. This bitch ass nigga. How you gonna cross the? Hey, my boy's like, oh, I'm good. I already got my whole. He had his whole front half of his leg. Hey, that nigga was walking through like the Monopoly man. That nigga had his first foot. Hey, he had his shit. He thought he was good money.
Right.
Golly. And Noah Lyles came through and got it done. But
yeah.
Then you fast forward to today.
Right.
He's running the 200 final, and he got smoked.
Which before we started recording, the 200 is his race.
That is his race.
I think even he said, like, you know, and don't quote me on this, but like something like the 200 is his wife, the 100 is his girlfriend, or something like that.
Right.
You know.
So when he loses the 200, they bring the wheelchair out for his ass. And then the rumors start. Hey, either he's sick or he has COVID. He claims that he has COVID, but you've been in the Olympic Village.
And what's the deal with that? So now it's like, so motherfuckers ain't shutting shit down for COVID no more. It's being treated like just a regular flu, right?
Yep. Motherfuckers ain't even wear masks.
Right.
Now I might see like 1 out of 30 old folks wearing a mask.
Because they said something like, I heard it was something like it was his choice. You know, they said he had COVID. It was his choice to determine whether he wanted to participate or not. So, I mean, he decided the show must go on and came in third.
It's so funny that so he's been training for this for 4 years, and track is kind of different because they still run like, you know, like different tournaments every year, but still you had your moment and it's gone, right? Said he had COVID or something like that. He's not going to run anymore. He's done for the rest of the Olympics, and I think he was part of the relay.
Damn, I was going to say no relay.
I think he was part of the relay. He's not going to run.
Damn.
So I wonder what happens with that.
But, so did he run the? Was he in the 4x4 as well, or just the 4x1 relay?
I think the 4x1.
Just the 4x1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think, you know, the 4x4 is the one that the young boy is in, the 16-year-old.
Yeah.
He's in the 4x4. His name, I think, is Quincy
Hall.
Yeah,
that 400 race, that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Coming down the stretch, that last straightaway, that nigga was like 5th or something like that.
Wow.
And he got to running like, I told my brother, I said, that nigga looked like he was running from a nigga trying to shoot his ass.
Yeah.
And it ain't no Olympic training in the world that can compare to niggas running from some motherfuckers in the hood trying to get their ass. That nigga had the grimace on his face and was like,
that shit's so funny. I was looking at a few of the athletes. I think a girl that won the hurdles. I think it was the hurdles. McLaughlin won the 400 hurdles, and it was a chick that came in third. She's American. She's actually from out here.
Oh man,
we Claremont.
Had my bad. We had G Sleaze on, man.
Oh man, and hopefully he was talking about that boxing. Nah, he was actually at the fight. He was at the fight.
He went to the fight. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
he said he got a roll though. Shout out to G Sleaze.
That's my guy.
He said real basketball the way it's supposed to be played, hard emotion, no ticky-tack fouls being called. Shit was beautiful. So he was talking about
it was a great game. Yeah. You know, again, middle of the day, I'm at work trying to be, you know, functional and trying to be productive, and this shit's going on in the middle of the day, and it's just like, and we losing.
Yeah.
But not to rehash that.
Yeah.
I've been really impressed with a lot of the athletes in the track and field.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I'm ever going to get to make this point, but all I'm saying is, coming to the Olympics, you have 4 years to prep. for a lot of people is one moment. So it's like, hey, all I run is the 100, or all I do is shot put, all I do is XYZ, and it just takes one. Ah, shit! I woke up with a cramp in my neck, or
think about what is it a thing moment?
Oh,
like
to get tripped up in the qualifier. They don't dispute it.
Come on, man. You know goddamn well she was gonna win.
That sucks.
Like
that sucks. That sucks, bro.
Man.
But
but not just that, man. Like you get to a point where you may not, the Olympic year may not be in your prime year.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because it's every 4.
Yeah. So for instance, like the year that Sha'Carri Richardson won the Worlds.
Yeah.
What year was that? Was it?
That was 20. That was the last. Remember, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the year of the 2020.
She wasn't able to run because of the weed shit.
Yeah.
So they kind of worked her on that.
Yeah.
And now here she is, and she gets the silver. Now, what is she, 24? So she comes back at 28. Or is she still gonna be in her prime? Is she gonna be stronger? Is she gonna be on? You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be some more young.
Thundercats.
I'm just saying. But here, look. Here's another thing, man. Have you noticed how, like, folks from other countries, when they win the medal, it's like they're so grateful and appreciative, happy for it. But if you in the US and you get a silver,
yeah,
motherfuckers is looking like,
toss that shit, nigga. Fuck out of it.
That shit is crazy, right?
Yeah. Only in the glamour position. So like Sha'Carri having silver in the 100, that sucks. But then you have a team like US women's rugby team that get a bronze, and these bitches trying to get some, trying to get some congratulatory dick. Like, hey man, we done won a little bronze medal. These niggas better show some respect. They ask these motherfuckers asking for respect and everything.
Shit.
Like, we just won us a bronze medal.
Oh man.
Like, it's crazy. Like the funny thing. So what is the girl's name? Van Lith from she went to LSU last year. I think she's transferring again. But she went to LSU last year and she was in a 3-on-3.
Oh, the 3-on-3 basketball.
And the American women brought home 3rd place. I don't know how. No, this shit has to be true. She gonna dedicate the bronze medal to Kobe.
Oh no!
So I was reading that shit on Twitter one day.
Was niggas like, what the fuck?
Somebody in the comments said, "Yeah, man, Kobe would have tossed that shit back to you." Like, bitch, if you don't get this dusty ass bronze medal out of my face, nigga, I ain't never lost at this motherfucker. I ain't never lost a game at this motherfucker. You try to give me this bronze?
Oh man!
If you don't take that shit and put it in your U-Haul storage,
wow, nigga.
Don't stick that shit in your storage bin.
Oh man!
Dedicating the bronze medal to Kobe. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. That's some bullshit. Niggas really show this nigga like that's like the same shit Tatum be trying to do. Tatum be trying to do that bullshit. I wore 10 to because after Kobe, like, nah, that nigga didn't ask you to do that shit, man. He ain't ask you to do that. So, but anyway, like I said, bro, Olympics been a motherfucker. We still got a few events. We got the men's championship on
I want to see the relays, man. And the fucked up thing,
tomorrow,
man, like,
or today.
Yeah, that shit. That's what I'm saying. That shit's fucking me up because, like,
the times,
man,
it's early.
I keep missing shit.
It's early.
And it's during the times where we gotta work and shit, so you can't watch everything, man. I'm like, what the
It's early.
fuck? I missed this. And I mean, I don't know, man. Just watching the replay, that shit ain't the same.
No,
So
it's not. Like, even like the Simone Biles shit.
yeah.
Like, just to be in the building,
right.
see that shit live, like, nigga, that is like, that shit got to give you like chills to the 10th degree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and then she rocked the goat necklace afterwards.
And you want to hear the funny thing? We talk about people still being in their primes and so on and so forth. Remember, she in 2020, she got the yips. She basically got some shit where every time she flipped, she was in midair, she would lose her balance. So she couldn't get back to the ground properly. And she contemplated retirement.
Yeah.
She was depressed. Remember, the media was killing her.
Yeah.
They were killing her. And you got to sit with that for 4?
Yeah, for 4 years. Yeah, like that's
like
the thing.
A jail sentence.
Yeah.
Man, I got to do a 4, nigga. I'll be back. I'll be back in 2028.
Gotta do this 4-year bid.
Yeah, I gotta do this little 4-year piece. You know what I mean? I'll be back in 28, man. Shit. Hold it down.
Yeah, no, that shit crazy.
Like, yeah, some wild shit, bro.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. One last race that I just thought of, Gabby Thomas won that 400, the women's 400.
Okay.
She got busy. She was flying. And I mean, not the 4-2. I'm sorry. The women's 200.
Yeah.
Not the 4-200. Excuse me. Let me correct myself. And that was another race because Lyles wasn't the only one who was trying to do the 1 and get the 1 and the 2, the gold in the 1 and the 2. Sha'Carri Richardson was trying to get gold in the 1 and the 2, but she didn't even
qualify for the 2.
Man,
she didn't even time. She didn't even time in the 2. So she has the relay to get her second medal, but she has the relay, and she already ran the 100. St. Lucia.
Oh man,
winning that 100 was huge, bro.
Man, and so they had never had any Olympic medals in history.
Hey,
she won the silver in the 2. So she got the gold in the 1, the silver in the 2.
They should be building that statue right now. Don't waste no time. At City Hall, wherever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
Put up the statue, and it better be bigger than life.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, yeah, man, these Olympics been great, man. These Olympics have been so great.
Yeah.
I cannot complain, and I can't wait. I can't wait till 28, man. I am going to be all in the mix. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shit gonna be crazy.
I need to be at multiple events.
28 isn't supposed, in LA, y'all. So we in LA. So yeah, we'll be in the mix. So hell yeah,
can't wait.
Be trying to catch every motherfucking thing.
Yeah, shit. Hell yeah, taking the family and everything.
Yeah, I mean, they got the venues for this shit, and we're centrally located. To be honest, like we about 15 minutes away from you right down there in Inglewood. If they have some shit in Inglewood,
right in the heart of that shit. Over there. We're talking about 4 years from now, so the development is going to be crazy.
Oh yeah,
so I'm looking forward to it, man.
I'm assuming they'll obviously the Coliseum.
Coliseum.
Yeah,
all the shit the
BMO that they just built.
Yep.
They may Rose
Bowl. They're going to Pasadena, but then you got to come back south. You got to go. We got 3 in a. The beauty of Inglewood is that you have Clippers, Rams, 4.
Yeah, they gonna do all something in SoFi.
Distance.
Yeah,
all in walking distance.
Man, I wonder. I wonder, will they do?
So like the Clippers arena, you can do gymnastics, do the gymnastics and all that shit. SoFi, you can do the track.
That's what I was gonna say. Do you think that they'll? So the Coliseum just has that nostalgia. It's got the historical value. Do you think that they'll be like, fuck this, we doing this in SoFi because it's the upgraded?
but there's gonna be too many things. Every
Well,
one of
well,
them
I'm saying
things.
the track though,
Oh
like
yeah,
the
SoFi. Give me SoFi.
SoFi.
Hell yeah. It's insulated from weather,
Uh-huh.
honestly. So it could be, who knows what it's gonna be, what the weather's gonna be like with global warming and all these things. You kind of starting to see some of these seasons starting to shift. Who knows what the weather is gonna be in 28? But
Yeah.
I need my track people to be, it's damn near in a dome.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
SoFi gives you either that or, and I just can't see them doing it at a basketball arena. I think SoFi gives you the best opportunity to
Where would the basketball be held though?
Clippers.
Okay, because it's the newest.
Yeah, hell yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna be the newest thing. It's gonna look better than Staples
Okay.
or Crypto, whatever it goes by now. But man, I can't wait. I'm all in. I might Airbnb the house. Hey man, it's walking distance. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
I come over to be the motherfucking chauffeur. But shit, we gonna have to get $1,000 a day.
Yo, is LA gonna show up though? Because
Oh yeah,
think about the Crawford fight though. I know we started off talking about the Crawford fight in the beginning. That shit became like I don't know. It seemed like it didn't have the vibe
juice.
of. You get what I'm
It
saying?
didn't have the juice.
Like,
and I think, like,
not to go back to it, but it's like, damn.
Even when you saw the seating, right? Even when you saw the seating, it was like, even in the co-main event or the fight right before the Crawford fight, you still had open seats.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, I truly don't know if they ever filled that bitch out. I just know they turned the lights down.
Right.
So now I couldn't tell.
And so was it the venue? Was it the wrong venue? Because if you do it at Dignity Health or whatever, because back in the day it was StubHub, but if you have it there,
I don't think so.
I think it packs out. It would pack out there.
I think it's really hard to get people in LA to come out for a lot of things.
That's what I'm saying. So,
but the Olympics is different.
I don't know, man.
I'll tell you this: if you live anywhere on the West Coast, you're driving down or flying out. Then you have other people from throughout because just think about this. There are people from the United States that are in Paris right now watching the Olympics, right? For you to have it in, last time we had it in America was 92 or 96 in Atlanta?
I believe so, yeah.
The country coming out here. We're going to have the entire country out here, bro. I just saw they had the Copa America, and we got a World Cup. We got a World Cup coming out to, bro. Listen to me. This is bigger than, this is bigger than Nino Brown, right? It's going to be crazy.
Okay.
In LA in 28. I just saw the Copa America tournament come out here. They had a couple of games at SoFi.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just that the Latin American soccer tournament.
Yeah.
And it was nuts.
Huh?
The whole United States.
I'm a fuck with it. I'm just saying, like,
it's gonna be the craziest shit we've ever seen.
Motherfuckers could go Hollywood on you out here.
I don't think
you know what I'm saying? So
I don't think so. This is like, no. It's because it's not, it won't just be an LA thing. That's the patriot in everybody, right? Everybody wants to represent their country. And to have the Olympics in your country, and it's your country is the United States in 28. Oh no. And you get to be, it's not in like Colorado, or it's not in like Minnesota. It's in Los Angeles, Lala?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Nah,
this shit
I'll fuck with it.
This shit finna boost the economy.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it does that for any place that it's held.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but LA for sure has the infrastructure for it to pop off out here.
Absolutely.
And it's it's spread out. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like it's just
Vegas. It's not like Vegas,
Right.
Vegas, everything's so compact and just jam packed in the
Right.
same area. LA is pretty spread out, and you will have opportunities to watch whatever your favorite sport is or whatever you feel like. Track and field is always going to be one of the big ones.
Yeah.
I think
Traffic is gonna be crazy than a motherfucker.
Traffic's going to be nuts.
Inglewood traffic is nasty.
Hey, and when I Airbnb,
nasty work.
When I Airbnb this motherfucking house, we got freeway access to the 105, the 405.
This nigga who I'm promoting it right now.
Yeah. 4 years from now, man. Y'all holler at me, man. We Airbnb in this motherfucker for like $1,000 a night, and I want that motherfucker sold out every night. I want my shit popping.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we gonna stay with relatives.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
I needs that.
Hey, man. So, before we get out of here, man, let's talk about a little bit of football.
Come on, man.
A little bit of football,
That's
man.
my shit right there. That's my shit right there.
Yeah, a little bit of football. We don't have KP, but he did predict that Brandon Ayuk was gonna re-sign with the 49ers. I think he gave his numbers and everything, right? Like what the amount would be, the amount of the contract and all of that kind of stuff.
Because he saw a handshake between Brandon Ayuk, John Lynch, and Kyle Shanahan.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was smiling, kikiing, like they just got over. You know what I'm saying? And we now found out that handshake was, hey, man, find your destination and we'll make sure you get there.
Right.
Hey, that's what we were shaking on. Like, got it. And the reports say that San Fran and the Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers, have a deal in place in principle. They just need to work out the language.
Yeah. They had a couple games on today, and I think they were talking about the Patriots
had the highest number.
Yeah. They trying to make a move for him, but
and he turned them down.
Why do you think that is?
Because they don't have a quarterback. Yeah, again, and I'm gonna keep reiterating this.
I mean, they're hoping.
They don't have a quarterback.
May develops into what they need there.
They're
hoping.
There are reports coming out of camp saying that somebody that was either like a late round pick or undrafted, the third string quarterback,
giving that nigga a run for his money,
is looking like the best quarterback on the team.
Ooh.
Already. So what I'm saying is
their future is tied to May, though. Like they have to. It's almost like they gotta give that nigga the shot, right?
They gotta give him a shot, but that don't mean he gonna take it.
Okay.
So what I'm saying,
he gonna take the shot. He just ain't. That just don't mean he's gonna do well.
So what I'm saying is, Ayuk looks at that and he's like,
he ain't trying to fuck with no developmental phase.
I can't do it, but
okay,
I trust Tomlin. Send me to Pittsburgh. So it seems like that's where he's going.
Where you have Russell Wilson and
Justin Fields.
And who do you think is starting?
I don't know. But
okay.
So Russell's been hurt. They have their first preseason game tomorrow.
Hold on. I'm asking you because last time we talked about the quarterback situation and I asked you and KP.
I said that Tomlin is a guy that's going to give the veteran the opportunity first.
But I specifically asked y'all, did you have a big enough sample size to determine whether Justin Fields is gonna be a top tier type quarterback? Kevin said there was a KP, said that there was a big enough sample size to know that he's just a running quarterback and that was it. And I think you said some shit like, he was missing shit.
He's not accurate.
And then you said he had to run because his line was fucked up and all that kind of stuff. I'm asking now, so you think Fields is gonna?
I don't see it.
Okay,
But
okay. I'm wondering
I'm
because
not a practice.
okay.
And here's what I'm saying. I don't know if Pittsburgh sold him on something, but you got to think about it. So you got George Pickens on one side, Brandon Ayuk on the other side, with some combination of Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. And I'm saying that he believes one of those two guys can get him the ball.
Okay.
And I'm gonna keep beating this point like a dead horse, right? Look at Davante Adams. Last year, he was getting the ball thrown to him by Jimmy Garoppolo, who has appeared in a Super Bowl with the San Francisco 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
People at one point said that they would take Jimmy G because of the Super Bowl pedigree over someone like number 4 in Dallas. His name is Dak Prescott. Last year, on a documentary called Receivers, Davante Adams and his wife could be heard saying, I need to get out of here before I get killed. The quarterback setting him up. But Jimmy G was in a Kyle Shanahan system, and it allowed him to flourish. Brandon Ayuk might know something. Hey, man, when the shit starts coming down the pipeline, I don't believe Brock Purdy, when we start taking pieces away from you, that you're that guy.
Okay. I mean, man, that just takes me back to, it was like a cycle the last time we were talking, where I was like, is this shit system based for the teams that you were talking about, like Green Bay, San Francisco, shit, you may even want to say Detroit now. Dallas, nah. Seattle. Okay. Well, is it a situation where Miami?
Yeah.
Let me say Miami. Miami.
You throw them in there.
Miami. Those types of systems. Can you take a Brock Purdy out, put somebody else in, and they'll be okay? Like even May or Fields, who we're comparing, or Ayuk was probably comparing, when it's like, do I want to play with May or do I want to play with Fields? Could you take, either of those two and put them in San Francisco and they have the same success that Brock Purdy is having?
No. You said Fields,
And
who else?
I'm saying, I said May, but I'm saying, like, can you take?
Well,
remember, I know you. I think Kevin said it's only like 6 guys.
No,
Is it only 6 guys?
I'm saying that Fields' skill set will not allow him to flourish in a Kyle Shanahan system, because Fields is one read or take off.
Okay.
Somebody like there's
Tua.
I believe he could.
Okay.
He has an arm. He's smart. He's not looking to run first.
And I'm trying to throw somebody out there who people are still questioning. Like, oh, he's all right, but he's not real.
Like somebody like a Tannehill, a Ryan Tannehill.
Perfect.
Right?
Perfect.
I think he would work in the Shanahan system. But if you put him in any other system, he would not excel. But you can't put. I just don't think a running quarter, because that's what they tried to do with Trey Lance. If they wanted to do that, if it was successful enough to say, "Hey Trey, just look at one person, and if it's not there, just jump out the window," they would have kept Trey Lance. They gave up a lot of capital to get him.
Jordan Love takes the 49ers to a Super Bowl.
I believe so.
Okay.
Jordan Love, even with the small sample size, he's shown enough. Guess who else takes him to the Super Bowl?
Who?
Dak Prescott. Dak take him to the Super Bowl, win a couple. Again.
Okay.
Again, when we think of, okay, let me ask you this. In the NFL, when we think of the offensive minds, the offensive greats, play callers, who's your top 3 to 5?
Andy Reid for sure. I mean, if you going with what's hot, everybody's gonna say Shanahan. McDaniel's creativity is up there, and he's like a young version of.
He came from the Shanahan tree. I believe he was he was some sort of coach under Shanahan
and McVay.
Right? So, and guess what? McDaniels
and McVay
McDaniels took Shanahan's system and just added a few more little razzle dazzle to it. And the thing I love about these kind of guys, so for me, my tops would be Andy Reid, who stands alone.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Shanahan, who with his he's got somebody. McVay won a Super Bowl with his offense before he did.
Yeah.
Right. So you have Shanahan. I'm gonna give respect to the Shanahan household. Mm-hmm. Whoever's calling the shots, whoever's putting this together, whether
him
it's
or his dad,
or him, the Shanahans. Right. So
you
got Reid, you got Shanahan, you got McVay. I like McDaniel.
Okay, so pretty much like the same.
And if you want to round it out with a top 5, the guy over there in Detroit.
I was gonna say, I couldn't think of his name.
McDonald.
Yeah, I couldn't think of his name.
For some reason, I think his name is McDonald. And the funny thing is, I think he comes from that as well.
From that tree.
Yeah. So again, it's all motion. It's all motion offense.
Mm-hmm.
And all those guys, they have, outside of Andy Reid, who's his own guy, they have guys that you can look at and be like, well, if he didn't have all these weapons, or if he didn't have the system in place, I don't know if he would be successful. That's why I'll always go to bat for somebody like a Dak Prescott, because
you think he's doing it in spite of
bad play calling.
Okay.
You came in, you had Jason Garrett. He was there for 10 years, and his nickname was 8-8. Bro couldn't win more than 8 games.
Right.
That was your offensive play caller. He got fired, or he didn't get fired. He had a 10-year contract with the Cowboys. This speaks to the foolishness in the front office, because they didn't want to pay him to be fired and stay at home on their dime. They let him ride out a 10-year contract, wasting precious years for Romo, precious years for Dak right out the chute.
Mm-hmm.
Then he goes to Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is on his 3rd team in 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, those are his offensive play callers.
Yeah.
He's in the 2nd year of Mike McCarthy's offense.
And Kellen Moore is
yeah. So he went to the Los Angeles Chargers last year. That didn't work out. 1 year, one and done.
Yeah.
Now he's in Philly, but
what you think Harbaugh's going to do?
He has the quarterback.
Okay, I'm saying you're talking about offensive.
I don't see it yet.
Okay.
Not this year, but we'll see.
Winning season
for Harbaugh in LA?
Yeah.
No. Maybe I see maybe
8-8.
Well, you can't go 8-8 anymore because
Well,
it's
yeah,
17
yeah,
games, but
8-9.
yeah, I think like an 8-9,
Okay.
8-9 or 7-10 type situation, you know. Uh, but it's crazy to me that you get all this talk, and I sent y'all a clip from I think it was First Take in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and they at First Take for ESPN, and they had a clip that was asking a question: who's under more pressure to perform in the postseason, Lamar Jackson or Dak Prescott?
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
showed both of their records: Dak Prescott being 2-5, Lamar Jackson being 2-4,
Mm-hmm.
and all of Dak's statistics blow Lamar Jackson away.
Mm-hmm.
But yet and still, he's under such a big microscope that if he doesn't win, it's like, hey man, it's your fault. So
Offensively, since we're talking about the quarterbacks, who has had the better talent out of those two? Offensively.
I want to say Dak just
I'ma
because,
say Dak.
but listen to my reasoning. My reasoning is I don't believe that Lamar Jackson is getting everything out of his receivers. So Lamar may have receivers that can be number ones, that can be good. They've drafted receivers for him in the first round that just don't pan out. And I'm like, is it because you guys aren't good, or is it because the person throwing you the ball may not look your way?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of tough though. I mean, that nigga's so dynamic.
Who?
Lamar
But that's what I'm
Jackson.
saying.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard to. It's like
his
build something around
but
his skill set.
but his dynamo is based on him running.
True,
Right?
but I mean, are we to abandon that and say that cannot work? Or do you think that he can be the first running quarterback to win a Super Bowl?
It hasn't worked.
Okay.
He has a record of 2-4. The only difference between him and Dak is this: Lamar Jackson has only won 2 playoff games in his career. The Ravens are so good. They're such a great organization. They surround him with a great defense, a great special teams, great head coach, in John Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, the things that he's getting on. Structurally, he has a better team around him. So
well, that's why I specifically said offense. I wasn't gonna say defense.
But check this out. But his 2 wins, he's actually played in AFC Championship games because he's always getting a bye.
Mm-hmm.
His team is so good.
Yeah.
That they're
I agree. Yeah.
He has 2 wins, and I think he might have played in 2 AFC Championship games off those 2 wins.
Yeah. So I wouldn't. There's an argument that Baltimore has had the better team, but who's had the better offense? I think that it's Dallas has had the better offense, but all around, Baltimore has had a better team.
I think Dak has done a good job of getting the best out of his offensive players. I don't think CeeDee Lamb with Lamar Jackson as his quarterback has the year he had last year with Dak.
Oh no, I don't think so.
CeeDee Lamb is like an 1100 yard guy with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, no. I'm not going to dispute that. I agree. I'm just not on the side of just saying that it won't ever work with a running QB. I think it can. I think he's been close. And it's still a any given Sunday type situation. You know what I mean? Like anything can happen. I do understand that it has not. So history isn't on his side, but I mean, shit, it could happen, man.
It could.
It can happen.
We'll see about it.
But man, we kind of veered off from Ayuk. You think that he is gonna go to Pittsburgh?
I think at this point it's a foregone conclusion that he's out of there.
Okay.
I think they interviewed Christian McCaffrey earlier in the week, and on NFL Network, and he was like, "Hey, He said something to the effect of he called Brandon Ayuk his former teammate.
Oh, shit.
Right? He reeled it back in.
They're like, God damn it! Yeah, already.
So, it's becoming a little bit more clear that he's probably going to be out of there. Trent Williams, their left tackle, wants more money. He still hasn't shown up to camp. And like, if if Ayuk is gone, now you're stuck with all your weapons are underneath Yak Yard guys. Debo, he's basically a glorified running back. Kittle, he does a lot of the dirty work, so he'll get a few things, but nothing really deep, and he's not burning anybody, right? And then McCaffrey, the true, Swiss Army knife when it comes to what he does, but you don't have anybody that can take the top off the defense. Somebody's gonna have them safeties on their bicycle backing up, pedaling. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have that, I do think that Brock Purdy takes a step back. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but I believe Brock Purdy takes a step back. I believe Trent Williams eventually comes back and gets a little bit more money. But I think Brandon Ayuk's gone. The friendship is frayed. It's like once the business starts getting in the way of the money,
it's a wrap.
Yeah. You feel me? So he feels disrespected, and I don't think they can do anything to mend that fence. They just gotta let him roll.
Man, will Dallas make it happen with CeeDee Lamb though?
The more and more I heard, I was listening to a lot of stuff that was being said on social media. I wanted to believe, but I just hope this is not Jerry Jones's idea of playing hardball. Because you're truly going to cut off your nose to spite your face. Like, hey, you already tried to say, like, you know what, Dak, we're not going to get you any more help. But now it's like, oh, and we're going to take away your primary target. Give me that hand. I'm going to cuff one hand behind your back. Make it happen.
So last time you said this is the last hurrah for Dak Prescott.
My stance hasn't changed on that.
Go ahead.
The closer we get to real live action, it's over. Once the season starts, no more negotiations.
Okay. So then is this the turning point to where, okay, you've had Dallas where they got so much talent. They're saying, a lot of people love to hate them, but they can't deny that they're talented offensively. They just got to put a couple things together, But is this, if you don't have Dak Prescott, you playing hardball with CeeDee Lamb, if he's out the door, is this a downturn for the Cowboys? Is this stepping into rebuild mode or what?
History has shown us that the Joneses don't really know how to rebuild. So you lucked up and you got an
undrafted. Say niggas been in rebuild mode for 25 years.
30. It's the 29th year. Last time we won a Super Bowl was 95.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We're in 2024.
Yeah, that's true.
This shit, we done did a 30.
Yeah.
You talk
Yeah.
about how niggas is locked up for
For 4 years in the Olympics, nigga. It's a 30-year
We
bid.
done did a lifetime sentence. I know niggas that done killed niggas and got out of jail quicker than us.
Man.
Nigga, we still locked up.
Hey.
So
locked up.
They won't let me out. So to me, the Cowboys are either very arrogant or very bold.
Or both.
Because they're doing it to themselves. Every time they get, taken to the woodshed, it's their own doing. And I have this weird, I just want to get CD signed. But I have this weird feeling that the Cowboys are just okay with whatever happens. Like, hey, if you guys do well, great. If you guys don't,
so it's still bottom line money thing.
Yeah, they just want to. Hey, man, how to stay
be profitable,
stay in the news. But Jerry thinks that it's them being profitable and staying in the news is all about him. But in actuality, you guys have a 12-win team over the last 12-win team per season over the last 3 seasons. You guys are profitable because you're good to talk about, right? And then you throw Dak Prescott out there. He's been the most talked about quarterback during the season and off season for the last 3 years. A league where we have Patrick Mahomes, Sports Center, Fox Sports, ESPN, Fox Sports, they lead with Dak Prescott. In a world where Patrick Mahomes has 3 Super Bowls and been to 4 Super Bowls in like 5 or 6 years, they lead with Dak Prescott the last 3 years. So you're not relevant because of the star, Jerry. You're still living in 95. Like, if Dak Prescott leaves, you guys have a 4-win season next year, niggas gonna be coming to the games with paper bags over their face.
Cleveland Browns style.
So
damn.
I hope at least CD gets paid. Not worried about Dak barring injuries. Knock on wood. If he doesn't get signed in the next couple of days, 2025, he walks out of jail, a free agent, and he is free to go see what the market will bear. And from anyone's account, the first number in the deal will start with a 6.
Okay. So, and you did say he would reset the market. You think it's going to be a 60 mil a year?
Oh yeah, at minimum. And see,
minimum.
What?
God damn.
What I believe the Cowboys are trying to do is offer him $255. Like, hey, Joe Burrow's getting $255, and you're not as good as Joe Burrow, so we're not going to pay you $1 more than Joe Burrow because he set the market, and you're not going to reset the market. And Dak's like, okay. Well, I'll see y'all. Hopefully we play y'all next year, but like, Dak is going to walk. And when he walks, next year's cap hit for him not being on the team is $40 million. Dead money. $40 million. So he's costing you $55 this year. It's going to cost you another $40 next year just to see him walk, and you're going to get back a 3rd round conditional pick.
Yeah.
So I just hope they can get something done. Am I optimistic that they can get something done? Absolutely not. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
You remember that skit on is it Saturday Night Live or Mad TV? But it's that lowered expectations.
Yeah.
Hey, that's me. Nigga, I'm a Cowboys fan. Lowered expectations. Nigga, I don't believe shit. I really don't. So, I'll buy it when I see it, but until then, I know where we stand with the Cowboys.
and that's just with L's.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, I hope that is different. You know, we are in unison as far as being Cowboys fans. So I'm hoping that it's a different type of story. Uh, it's kind of sad to say that you have grown to be used to the mediocrity in a sense. It's like I'm not surprised when shit pops off. The only good thing is I could bet my pops, he's a Redskins fan. I could bet him that Dallas will have a better record. And that's it. That's about it. That's been the win for the past, few years, is them being better than the I was about to call them the Redskins.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
them being better than the Commanders.
I make money off the Redskins or Commanders or whatever they go by now,
Yeah.
whatever's politically correct.
Yeah.
I make money off of their fans.
Yeah.
Commander fans, Giants fans,
Yeah.
yeah, like I'll.
But beyond that, like I'm not surprised that it's not, when they don't win in the playoffs and it pisses me off. I still get pissed off because I'm like, fuck. I'm still a fan. I want to see him win. But at the same time, I'm like, this is the motherfucking Cowboys.
Yeah. Say no more.
So
say no more.
But yeah, man. All right. Next time around we'll probably have KP back, the full squad.
Yeah.
But as always, man, we appreciate everybody tapping in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Absolutely.
Not like, share, or we need that and do all three. So
Absolutely.
like, share, and subscribe. And we out, man.
For sure.